Hello, everyone. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics, touching lives one fish at a time. Welcome to the Tuesday evening live stream. Just grab your favorite beverage, share the link out with family and friends, and let's talk about fish, substrates, food, plants, and fish illness. Again, welcome to Susan for SLC Aquatics. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. This is Susan, hashtag FishFamMom. I hope everybody's doing well. And we're going to talk about fish and plants and substrates and fish illnesses, diagnostics, there we go, or diagnosing, and how to treat. So most important thing is for us to set up our beautiful aquatic worlds, put our favorite fish in there, put some plants, plastic or live, and enjoy them. But what happens if they become ill or die? We are going to talk about it tonight, and we hope that you bring some good information and some good questions. Hello, Diego at Petsotics Multiple Aquariums. I got to turn this down. I'm getting tongue-tied. Goldfish Gone Wild. Well, hello, dear. How are you doing? Hi, Susan. It's been a while since I've made one of these streams. Yes, and welcome. Hope you're having a happy new year so far, in spite of our new normal. And we're excited tonight because I have a good internet connection. Yay! I also got some rest. And matter of fact, I'm still full from lunch. And but I want to get into the subject tonight, and those that are coming in, I want you all, the mods, to help me welcome them as I get distracted when I get to running my mouth. Today is the eve of my birthday. Tomorrow, the 10th, is my birthday. So I'm excited to turn another year older and thankful to God that I'm here to see another year. And I'm pretty much healthy. I have some issues, but nothing that I can't live with or without. So tonight, last week I got some new fish and shrimp from James Latham, and I did post a short little video showing everybody that he brought me some blue-eyed lemon plecos. They're babies, but they're growing. Happy early birthday. Thank you, Diego. I appreciate it. And I want to let everybody know that if you're not a member, you can click the join button and become a fry level or a juvenile level member. And I have a few incentive gifts for my members. If I can ever take the time to reach out to you, get your mailing addresses so that I can send them to you. But I want to also do a couple members only video experiences and behind the scenes type thing. And pretty much I'm an open book anyway. So, but I try to think of things that just the members and I can do, and then everybody else, because not everybody else can be a member. Nobody, is pressuring you or anything. So we appreciate those that just come and support my live streams and watch my videos. Excuse me. I hope my camera looks a little better tonight. I downloaded a new driver for it, even though the driver was 2015. This laptop, I have no idea what year it was built. But I did reinstall the Windows 10 software on it. Hey, Donald. Aquatic Express is here. How you doing? And Goldfish Gone Wild says, happy early birthday, Susan. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll sing happy birthday to myself later on. So, anyway, we're talking today about fish, substrates, plants, and fish illnesses, how to diagnose it, and also how to treat them. So, if anybody has any questions, I've had ick in my aquariums before. I've had what they call skinny disease. I've had Campylonus worms in my fish before, and lost a whole colony of guppies, but I was able to save a female angel by catching it early, treating her, and she became a mother of many angels, and she also had over 30 spawns. I didn't have fish from every spawn, but some of them I just let them try to raise them, but they never got the hang of it. So Dee down the wormhole is here. Hey Dee, how you doing? Good to see you. Y'all having are y'all having the snow up there? Or is it turning into your spring? I can't remember how the seasons go. Heavy Hitters 2021. Melvin is in the house. Hey Melvin, how you doing, sweetheart? Also, Vinoski's Tanks is in the house. Hey Vinoski, hope you're doing well. And Diego is sharing the website link. Don't forget to go over there. And if you haven't signed up for a free membership at the website, the free membership allows you access to the forum and also access to the links to all of the back issues of the hashtag FishFam community newsletter. I put out a newsletter a week ago, and I only sent it out to those that were subscribed to the newsletter. I still have to mail out 137 more, I do believe, and it's in a PDF format, so it's taken me a little bit longer to send them because I can only send like 25 at a time or something like that. But anyway, hey Jack and Dan, how y'all doing? Hey Susan, we've been having lots of snow, blah. Well, take some pictures and send them to me because I miss snow. I don't know if many of you know it, but I was born and raised in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, and graduated from Warrenton High School in Warrenton. It was Fauquier High School, and I always loved the snow. I always loved seeing it come down. I always loved the quietness after it had fallen, got about 4 to 6 inches. We used to have 3 and 4 foot snow drifts in our driveway, and my sister and I would build forts and have snowball fights. And one place we lived, we actually were able to toboggan down these very steep, dangerous hills. And my mom used to also participate with my brother and his friends. And God bless her soul, she ended up tearing the ligaments and tendons in one of her knees. And that was the worst pain I've ever seen my mom in. Jack and Dan says, we love Shenandoah, been there many times. Yes, Shenandoah and Skyline Drive and the Blue Ridge Mountains. Oh, yes. It used to be horse country. They're turning it into wine country now. But Mom and my sister and brother still live there, and their families. So when I get to go visit, I just soak it up. I don't know if I'll be able to ever live back there again or whatever, but it's a different world once we move away and have our own families. Everybody's saying hi. Who said it's -40? D? Yep. D says it's -19 Celsius. Cold snap. Been -40 at night. Ugh. I can't even imagine what that's like. Is there any way to insulate your pipes, or do they just build their houses different and insulate the pipes? Or, or do you have to turn your water off during that time? Dee, what do you have to do? Yeah. So anyway, I've had Camellianus worms and been able to treat them with lebensmycel, ick. Sometimes I've used ick medicine and raised the temps a little bit and did gravel vax, but the most thing that I've ever seen that really helps an aquarium is water changes. Sometimes adding a little aquarium salt to it according to the package. I don't know right this minute because it's been a long time since I've used aquarium salt, but I think it's a tablespoon per 5 gallons or something like that. So don't hold me to it. Go, just read the directions on the side of the box. And if you have live plants, that's probably why I haven't used it in a long time, because if you do use it for a length of time, you do have some melt back of your plants. So do some water changes, good gravel vax. But if you have a deep substrate, a deep bed substrate, you don't want a gravel vac unless it's just the surface of um, the top layer. Don't go down into it to disturb the anaerobic and aerobic bacteria that is in the deep sand bed. So um, the other day I did do a gravel vac on the surface of the 20 gallon because of that mold that builds up in that tank. The um, yo-yo loaches keep the substrate stirred up, and there's not much water circulation in that aquarium. So I think I have my hang on the back working again for right now, and I think the propeller seated better. So thank you for sharing my Zazzle store. Go over there and get some goodies with the logo on it. Here's one of my t-shirts. And touching lives one fish at a time. Hashtag FishFamMom. Susan for SLC Aquatics. So let's see what else is going on. And good evening, everyone. Leslie's Aquatics is in the house. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? And 7 watching, 4 likes. What's wrong with this picture? LOL. Yeah, thank you very much. And houses are normally good here. Pipes are underground. Trailers freeze often here. Battery in the truck died 2 times now. Oh boy. Yeah, I saw your picture on Facebook. I'm sorry, it's not funny. It's only funny when you don't have to go through it. We need more likes. Like now, LOL. Thank you, Diego. So, fish. I have always loved guppies, fancy guppies. And when I was a kid, 12 and 13, 14 years old, I had what they were calling guppies. But now, um, when I compare them to the fish that we see today, they're endlers. And they didn't have long flowing tails. They had either top swords, double swords, bottom swords, lyre tails, black dot, um, what is it, iridescent colors, yellows and oranges. I didn't see too many blues, but my first fish were caught out of the freshwater inlets at Colonial Beach there in Colonial Beach, Virginia. And an elderly couple that we visited, she had so many of them, and Mom let me bring some home, and she gave me uh, a starter bowl. I don't even think it had any substrate in it. It was a starter bowl it was more than a gallon. It might have been a 2 gallon bowl, and some floating grass, which was either hornswort or guppy grass. And she just gave me probably a dozen, but that dozen turned into hundreds within a few months. And so Mom bought me a 13 or a 15-gallon aquarium, set up my first um, bottom filter with a hang on the back um, carbon filter, and I don't even think I had a heater. If I did, it was one of those preset heaters, and I didn't know. I just topped water off whenever it evaporated out, but when it got to smelling, Mom would make me she'd make me change the water. And I don't know if that was once a month or twice a month. Let's see. Heavy Hitter says, I'm doing good, Susan, for SLC. I just did a 1K shout out to Chattanooga Ed, just loading to my channel. Yes, congratulations, Chattanooga Ed made his 1K vow checks. Also, um, now in a promotion video later on tonight for my live stream at 11:30 p.m. for Heavy Hitters Radio live stream. Congratulations, Melvin. Yes, he's gone to the 11:30. I believe that's Eastern time. So that's going to be 10:30 my time. Tonight I could catch it. I think I can if I'm up. Atkins Nature Aquariums. Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you. So that was the beginning of my fish keeping hobby, and after a while, probably lack of food and lack of water changes, the guppies died off, and then I had the aquarium, and I believe we moved from that location to another house, and then I got black mollies, and then my black mollies constantly had ick, probably because I didn't have a heater. I don't think I had a heater in that aquarium. So a lot of times I'd be trying to figure out how to treat ick, and water changes. I think I added some aquarium salt. I might have gotten a heater at that time, and who knows. But I remember one molly was given birth and she died. And because I was watching her and then she just died, I decided, maybe if I gently squeeze her belly, I can squeeze out some more of her babies. And I did. And I don't remember, I probably got about 15 or 20 babies out of her. And of course, then I buried her traditionally down the toilet, and then I raised the babies. So I don't know when all of that ended, but it did eventually end. And I got back into the hobby as a young mom, and I actually was renting a house and acquired a 55-gallon aquarium full of fish. It had black skirted tetras, coolie loaches, zebra danios, probably had mollies in it. It was a nice community tank. But 9 months later, the house caught on fire. All of that, of course, ended. Okay, Atkins says, I'm doing great. Just got home from work. All right, well, kick your feet up, get you a favorite beverage, sit back and relax a little bit. Brianna's Fish Fam's in here. Hey, Brianna, how are you doing? Larry D's in the house, Tanks and More. Hi, Larry. Cooper's Aquatics. Hey, Cooper, how you doing? Just saw you over at Rika Stan and Lefty's stream. Leslie's Aquatics says, my husband and I sing to the fish as we ceremonially flush them. That's so sweet. Everybody's got their own routine. That is so sweet, Leslie. Oh, but we're talking tonight about fish and substrates and plants and fish illness, how to diagnose fish illness, and maybe some treatment options. My angelfish is having fun over here. So I said I've had ick before. I've had what they call skinny disease, and a lot of times that's an internal parasite or sometimes a genetic issue with one of the fish, because I've seen a whole school be fine and just one or two of that school of guppies ends up getting skinny disease. So that's when I start doing more water changes. I'll feed them a little pre-treated parasite food, um, anti-parasite food, and I get my foods from Dina at Everything Aquatic out of Oregon. And Angelfish Keepers in the house. Hey, evening, early morning, everyone. Good to see you, Daniel. Thank you for staying up a little longer just to hear me and to support me. I appreciate it. So tonight, anybody got any questions? I know some of y'all are more experienced than I am in the hobby, but still, I've been switching over some of my tanks to a deep sand bed substrate where you do not gravel vac and you do not feed your fish every day, and you don't have to do water changes unless something in the water column is going haywire. I got some new products in the other day, and I've been trying to get some GH and KH test kits. So I finally got them in, and then when I ordered these test strips, I realized when I got them that it tests nitrites, nitrates, pH, carbonate, and general hardness in the aquarium. And my 55, I've always had problems with that 55 going acidic. And my water out of the tap is usually 7.2. I haven't tested the water out of the tap yet, but I have high levels of nitrates in the 55, which we discovered last year that high nitrates can bring an alkaline aquarium into the acidic range. It says it's about 6.0 on pH, and so I've got 2 pair of guppies in there, 1 bloodfin tetra, and 1 angelfish. And of course, we know the angelfish is doing okay in acidic water. And it says that my KH was around 40, and of course that's degrees, 40 degrees. And then the GH, general hardness, was almost 180. So between 120 and 180. So I have really hard water, okay? I have carbonate hardness, but because my nitrates are so high, the pH is acidic. And so guess what? Water changes. Water changes. I could buffer it, and I probably will buffer it with baking soda before a water change, because it's only temporary. I've heard people say if you buffer it with baking soda that it's not temporary, it's permanent. But if you don't solve the issue and what's causing the acidity, then it's going to go back acidic. So my tanks haven't had water changes in a while, and I probably will do a couple big water changes, hopefully not losing any fish. And the reason I'll buffer it first is because if I'll test my water out of the tap. If my water out of the tap is alkaline, then I will buffer the aquarium until it's pretty much matching. And when I do a 50% water change, there won't be any deaths, hopefully, from the changes. And my pleco's out tonight. I don't know if y'all can see him or not. So I know I'm missing some folks that are coming in. I just want to say hi to those that I've missed. Daniken at Daniken's Aquatics is in the house. How you doing? Atkins, Oregon. I'm in Oregon and never heard of the company. Gonna have to check it out. Check out the website everythingaquatic.net, and you'll find out. I don't know what town she's in. I won't even guess. So same here, Susan. I've had my dirty tank running since the 16th of January. I've never seen my plants grow so fast, and I want to do all of them that way now. Yes, the more plants you have, stem plants and root plants that you have in, stem plants pretty much take their nutrients out of the water column. So you want plants that have good roots like Amazon swords, cryptocorns. Um, what else has good plant roots? I can't think right now. But those are the two that do not melt in my tank. So I got to wash my hornswort off and put some hornswort over there. I had to remove a lot of frog bit. Frog bit was covering the tank to where there was hardly any light getting through to the bottom. So Richard's tanks is in the house. Hey Richard, how you doing? I won't use baking soda because it buffers too fast, and if it's too much, it will end in disaster. If I need to buffer for certain fish, I use a little bit of crushed coral. Yeah, last year when I was losing my rainbows, my Bosemani rainbows, um, I forget, I only put a little bit of baking soda in at a time, and it buffered slowly because I had a pH meter on the tank and I was watching it climb. So I have crushed coral. I have one tank that I believe the hardness is off the scale because it not only has crushed coral in it, it has a Texas holy rock and it has some live rock in there. So I can't get any plants to hardly grow in that tank. And it has eco-complete substrate with 2 inches of pool filter sand in it. And anyway, everything, the Java moss that I dropped down in there has turned into a green hair algae. It's kind of weird. I'd like to study the chemical change that happened there. And everybody's still saying hi. So that's with the substrates and the plants. Everybody's favorite plant, I believe, is the Anubias or the Anubias nana, and Java ferns that have rhizomes, and let's see, the chain swords. I believe they can be planted under the substrate. And a lot of my Vallisneria has melted back, but I have a few really strong plants in the back of the 55. So I guess I need to turn around and see what my other camera. Hey Jeff Rose, how you doing? Jeff Rose Fish Keeping is in the house. How you doing, sweetheart? Good to see you tonight. All right. Let me see. You can see it a little bit. This is a piece of the 20-gallon and a piece of the 55. And I have a big koi male angelfish in there. And he's picking on the mystery snail right now. I have 2 pairs of guppies in there because when I had a breeding box and there was some guppy fry. What's up? What's up, y'all? Howdy. Thanks, Jeff Rose. And this tank's gonna have to have some maintenance done to it, even though the substrate's really doing really good. The waves that's going on in that substrate is due to the flash pleco, and I don't know if y'all can see him on screen or not. I think I'm going to turn my camera or turn my laptop and hook the camera. So hang on there. There we go. That's going to be better. Okay, there it is. It's a little crooked. Thanks to the cable. But the flash pleco was down in the right hand corner, but it seems like he saw me turn that way and he ducked back into the back and hiding. But you can see the guppies swimming around, and they're the ones that I took a picture of and posted on Instagram the other day with the black caudal fins. And like I said, I like the black caudal fin, but his dorsal fin is spotted like a leopard. So who else has come in? Richard's Tank says, just started my planted bit wild at the moment, finding what works well in my water right now, and low light soft water here. Soft water, I believe, hornswort may survive if you have high nitrates. Also, Anubias and Java ferns are going to probably work well for you in soft water. Cryptocorns might do well in soft water because I've seen them in cichlid tanks. Also, Cooper's Aquatics says, revealing the face behind Cooper Aquatics next week. Nervous. You so silly. Just do it. Just do it. I'm excited. Keep us posted when you do that. Thank you for the compliments on my angel. I bought him when I bought the Flash Pleco, and as far as I know, the Flash Pleco is a wild caught Flash Pleco, also known as the Emperor Pleco. I think it's an L204. I'm not sure on the number, but I think that's what it is. And Punchy Paint's in the house. Hey, Punchy Paints, how you doing, sweetheart Pam? Hello, fishy internet peoples. And Jess, manes, tails, furs, and fins. Hi, y'all. I love it. Good to have y'all in the house. This is the 55-gallon that we're talking about tonight. There's my koi angelfish who decides tonight he's going to pick on the mystery snails. The mystery snails have been laying more eggs lately. I've lost one. You see the white shell down in front of the pleco cave. That's an empty shell. So I'm going to collect some shells, and I'm going to probably remake my 15 after I find where I'm going to put these guppies, and maybe get me some shellies, some dwarf cichlids. So that's what I wanted to do, but I messed it up by adding Eco Complete. But that tank with Bob Kaler's guppies in it have definitely, they reproduce really well. Did I just see something swimming around in the back of that aquarium? Like the Flash Pleco? Are y'all still hearing me? Yeah. I see an audio line. But I have Amazon swords in that tank, and I also have Anubias. Black-haired algae has grown on the sponge filter and on the lava rocks. And I have cryptocorns. I have Vallisneria americana. I have water wisteria. I have a piece of hornswort. I have frog bits on the top. And I believe that's it. I have a couple Amazon swords. The one in the right-hand corner has really taken off this last week. And I have been picking up on the feeding that I've been feeding in there. And of course I had to scrape the glass because of the algae that's all over the glass. Richard Tank says, loves the orange in the koi angels, especially when it's that deeper color. Yes, thank you. And I've seen the solid orange koi angels, and I think I like the one with a little bit of the white silver in it. So, or platinum. Jack and Dan says, love your angel, Susan. Okay, I'm going to show that. I don't know. I guess because too many hearts. Thank you, Dan and Jack and Dan. But he is my handsome fella, and I'm wanting to find him a wife. So I saw Jack and Dan. Maybe you can help me out. I sent a message to OFR and asked them how I can purchase fish from them because in one of their big tanks I saw some large koi angels, and I really would like to purchase 2 or 3 from him. So, anybody know how to order fish from OFR, Ohio Fish Rescue? Let's see, everybody's still saying hi. Angelfish Keeper says, off to the airport. Night, everyone. Good night, Daniel. Love you. Safe travels. And thank you again for supporting me. Tomorrow's my birthday, everyone. So those of you that have not joined the channel, you can click on the join button and you can join for $1.99 a month for the fry level, or if you want to, you can join the juvenile level for $3.99 a month, and you can stop it at any time. Hey, Mary Page Flynn, how are you doing? Thank you so much. Oh, I got to go back up and see what Diego said. Diego, what did you say? Angels. I love angels. I don't think I'll ever change my mind about angels being my favorite all-time freshwater fish. LOL. I've really enjoyed angels until they get to fighting, and I need more coverage. Like I need a couple. I might separate that back sword and put them in the middle of the tank because they definitely need a lot of cover when you have angels, especially when they go to spawning. They get crazy with each other, and I really need some other fish in this aquarium, but I haven't decided what I want to put in there. I want to catch the guppies and put them in breeding tanks, because if they have been having any fry, I'm pretty sure the pleco and the angelfish and maybe the bloodfin tetra has been helping to pick them off. But if you'll look down in the right hand corner of this tank, there's a black pleco with brown stripes kicking around, and I really can't get any closer that I know of. Let me see if I can get closer. No, I'm going to try to enlarge it. Let's see. Oh, he's hiding underneath the cryptocorn now. Just a couple inches away from that white shell. Hello, Susan, my sweet friend, Jack and Dan and Jeff Rose. Thank you so much, Mary Page. Yeah, I dropped the algae wafer in there. And the funny thing is, the guy that I bought him from says, oh, he doesn't eat algae wafers. And I just smiled and winked at him because when a fish gets hungry enough, I know there are some cichlids that you can't get them to eat anything, but if you let them get hungry enough, they'll learn to eat what you feed them. It's a survival thing. It's better to survive than to die of starvation. Deborah Sanders is in the house. Hello, Susan and everyone. How are you doing, sweetheart? Happy birthday. It's my brother's birthday too. Cool. Beautiful people are born in February. Remember we were going to have a February party? I don't know if y'all remember that or not. I'm well, Susan. I'm glad I was able to join you. Your aquarium is absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm having fun with this tank tonight because I cleaned the algae off of the glass and the pleco came out. And believe me, you don't see him very often. Also, let's see, I thought y'all would enjoy a little bit of yo-yo loaches tonight. They're real active. And if I've missed anybody's comments, please forgive me. I want to say hi to Tree 77. This is my 20 gallon. It's not looking really good right now. The hornswort got some of that brown mold on it, and I take it out and wash it off every once in a while. But the yo-yos are swimming all over the place, and I thought you all would enjoy them. There is a small school of my mutt guppies in there, and a lot of the crooked spine females have passed away, and the ones that have been born look like they're doing better. So, Monster Fish Gal, Lori's in the house. Hey dear, how you doing? So we're talking fish and plants and substrates and fish illnesses. And, if your fish is being a little lethargic or sitting on the bottom or floating at the top and not eating well, you need to watch that fish. Some people say take them out of their environment and put them in a quarantine tank, and you can treat the water with drugs, but I've always had a quarantine tank that just had aquarium salt in it, a heater, and a bubbler. So I have in the past used Corey's what I call his potion, and that was General Cure, erythromycin, and ICX for I guess 2 weeks before a water change. So I hardly ever use that, even though I have some erythromycin and I have some ICX, but I'm out of General Cure right now. So I don't treat my tanks with drugs as much anymore since I've done the deep substrate. And I believe in, I don't know when it was, when I set my fish room back up in July and August of last year, I was watching Father Fish uh, on a regular basis, learning about the deep substrates and the purpose of them, and I'm still learning. I don't know everything there is about it because there's certain terms that he kicks out on every once in a while. Thank you, Mary Page, for my $3 super chat. Oh, what a cute hippo. That is so cute. Thank you again, and God bless you, sweetheart. If I've missed any super chats, y'all let me know. And if I've missed any new members, let me know. I've got a camera in front of my chat and I can't see it very well. So this is the 20, and the yo-yo loaches are constantly, there's 5 yo-yo loaches in there, and it is a small aquarium for that many yo-yo loaches, but they have so much fun with each other. I have 3 or 4 hiding places, and sometimes 2 of them will stay in one cave together, so they're happy. Thank you, Lori, for reminding them to hit that like button. Also, I'm going to spin on around if I can. and show you my 29 with all of the mystery snails. They're doing much better. The hang on the back filter is a little slow again, but I cleaned out a lot of blackbeard algae, and the Java moss on the left, the tower of Java moss on the left, is growing out of the aquarium. And I still haven't capped the substrate, but I did do a little gravel vac the last water change. I gravel vacked around the front. And some of these snails I'm going to split up. I've got to do some water changes and some substrate changes upstairs in the 3 10-gallons that I have. There's one 10-gallon here that I'm going to clean out and also put some sand substrate in it. And James also brought me some bigger rocks and some lava rock, and the so that will go with some of my sand substrates. Jeff Rose Fish Keeping, $5 super chat. Thank you. Susan, thanks for all you do in the fish fam. Good to know you have a good gal in all of our corners. Much love. Thank you so much, Jeff. You are a sweetheart. And I just am, every time I look at you and Phoebe and the little baby, I sit there and just stare at the screen, and there's a big smile on my face, and the joys of being happy. I can see that you're happy, Jeffro. I can see it in Phoebe's face, and I'm just happy for you guys. And I really don't do a lot for the fish fam except show up every once in a while and remind everybody to be on their P's and Q's. I guess that's what a mom's good for. And then I duck back out so they can have some real fun without me. But thank you so much for that super chat. I appreciate it. And every little bit goes back into the fish room. And a lot of times when I ship things and people don't have the money, I'll ship free product. And if they can pay for the shipping, fine. But I haven't shipped anything during this pandemic, mainly because the fish get lost and sit there. And the more that you label live fish or live plants, they just, I don't know, they just mistreat things. Okay, I'll wait for it to quit buffering. Excuse me. Oh, Leslie has a question. Let me see. If you have a fish die in your QT tank and you suspect disease, how do you go about sterilizing the tank, equipment, sponges, etc.? I always break it down, and I will wash it with a little bit of bleach water or white vinegar water. And then I like the white vinegar better than the bleach because the bleach can be harsh, especially if it's a plastic quarantine tank and not a glass quarantine tank. And it does depend on the material. I wouldn't suggest using bleach in plastic or even plexiglass. But another feature about the white vinegar and water is that when you fill the tank up, you know those annoying bubbles that come up the side of the aquarium when you're filling a tank for the first time? The white vinegar puts a coating on the inside that just breaks all of that down. I don't know what the actual chemical reaction is, but I like that a whole lot better. Still learning every day. Hey, Geek Boy, how are you doing tonight? Muppet 929, hello, how are you doing? That was a good question, Leslie. Thank you. Anybody else have any comments about that? Also, if there was disease and I can find out what that disease is, I want to treat the main tank also that I took the fish out and put in quarantine. But if you bring in new fish and you do put them in a quarantine tank and one of the fish die and you can recognize the disease, or whether you recognize it or not, you take that fish out, You do not flush it down the toilet. You wrap it in newspaper in a plastic bag and seal it up and put it in your garbage outside, of course. And because of a fish breaking down, whew, is the anyway, you know the stink. Hey Priscilla, how you doing, sweetheart? Mwah, 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 mwah. Good to see you. So also within that quarantine tank, after that fish is taken out, that dead fish is taken out, you want to do a good water change. I don't do any bleaching or any vinegaring if there's still fish in the quarantine tank, but I will do a 80 to 90% water change, and then put a little erythromycin in it to break down any bacteria. And if I don't use erythromycin, I will use aquarium salt in the medicinal dose, and it's a little heavier than the directions that's on the box. And I don't measure things exactly. I just pretty much put a heaping tablespoon of salt per gallon instead of per 5 gallons. And then you want to change it the next day and reduce your salt over a period of a week to where you're not using any salt at all. And you should see some improvement. And I also feed my fish anti-parasitic flake foods during that treatment period. So I haven't had that in a long time, so if I sound iffy, it's because I don't remember, because I haven't had to do it in a long time. So after that ramble, anybody else have another question? Thank you, Diego, for sharing my Zazzle store. Y'all really need to go over there and look at that Zazzle store. Vinegar is good stuff, Jack and Dan says. Yes, it is. Just don't overuse it, and make sure you rinse well before adding anything alive. Jeffro's ready for coffee. Getting sleepy. Woo, howdy. So, Jeffro says to Priscilla, aren't you supposed to drink coffee at 5 a.m.? LOL. Well, before I started having heart fluctuations, and I have a premature heartbeat, and it doesn't require medication right now, but I had to go from my big cup to my small cup, and instead of drinking 3 cups of coffee a day, I'm down to about 2 cups of coffee. So anyway, so did y'all get tired of looking at my 29 with all those crazy snails and all that algae and hair algae? There's a couple Anubias plants in there, and there's still some Anubias nana up underneath of the big ones. And there is one piece of Cryptocorn wendeti in the back, and up front is a bush of Java moss. To the left is a big bush of Java moss. Up floating on top is frog bit, and there still might be a piece or two of guppy grass in there, but the Java moss is taken over. Excuse me. Anthony's Fishy Friends is in the house. Hello. And Maria Z, how are you doing? I appreciate y'all coming out and supporting me. Yo, let's see. Monster Fish Gal is sharing links. Great. Thank you, Lori. Mary Page's link. And Patty. Hello, Patty. How are you doing? Good evening to you. Hello, all you wonderful chat boxers. Hey, Patty. Yep, we're talking fish and substrates and quarantine tanks and medication and treatment and disinfection of diseased aquariums and fishes. Y'all play with each other. Okay. Let's see. I think I'm at the bottom at 6:54. We got 5 minutes, guys. Any more questions? I'm so glad you all were able to join me tonight. I am looking at the calendar, girls, and I'm going to be starting to schedule hashtag FishFam All Girls live streams again. They will be weekly, and I do not know what day yet. Thursdays are not good days. Fridays sometimes, and Saturdays sometimes. So um, that's really what days are best for me. So think about time, and y'all can message me on Facebook Messenger, or you can shoot me an email. You know, at score48yahoo.com, right here on the screen, right here. You can email me or shoot me a message on Messenger. So one thing I did not show you, and I want to show you before we get off of here, is remember the green water aquarium that I had that had a pair of cherry shrimp in it. Well, James brought me 12. He brought me a dozen. I think I lost one or two of the cherry shrimp, and I left the lights off for 1 or 2 days, and I cannot remember. But these cherry shrimp cleaned that aquarium up, and I didn't know they would do that. I'd heard people who keep shrimp all the time saying, oh, they'll clear up a green water tank. So they ate all of that algae that was in the water column. Now, after I added the shrimp, I did do like a 10 or 15% water change, but the water was still green. And I fed them, 2 or 3 days to get them accustomed to their new home. And then there was a couple days that I didn't come into the fish room, and those lights were not turned on. And then the third day when I came in, it was clear as a bell, and I could see all the shrimp. I dropped a couple pieces of lava rock down in there because they had it in their other tank that James had them in. And anyway, they jumped right on the lava rock. They loved it. So that is so neat to me. Gotta slide that over, guys. I can't see. And I know the chat's gone by. Melvin, please do me a favor and shorten your next name. Melvin is so creative. I hope it's not while I'm at work. So Priscilla, you'll have to let me know what days you're working and what time. I forget, because I really would love you to participate. Leslie says, Susan, thank you for the answer. I would have replied sooner, but I was dumping bleach in the quarantine tank. You're so funny. Oh my goodness. A little bit goes a long way, because you can contaminate an aquarium with bleach, so be careful. Hey dear, you gonna say hi to everybody? Mr. SLC Aquatics is sneaking in the fish room.
Where am I? Oh, hi everybody. Gotta get a sandwich.
See you, babe. I'm almost through. And sorry if I got quiet. I just got handed a big plate of mashed potatoes, green beans, and ham. Oh, hush your mouth. Enjoy it. And Jack and Dan, I usually try to eat plant-based, but sometimes I just have to do it. Oh, thank you, Peplin Creek Aquatics. I guess I missed you when you came in. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for the heart and the $1.99. God bless y'all for your super chats tonight. Thank you for hanging out with Susan at SLC Aquatics. Diego, are you coming up next on the live streams? Everybody go over to Pet Sonic's Multiple Aquariums live stream. How about simpler for those old eyes and fingers? Just mail. That's sweet. Thank you. Hello, Mr. SLC Aquatics, Melvin said. And let's see. Mary says hi. Patty says it sure is sweet on Peplin Creek. Yes, it is. Thank you guys again. Let me see if I can get my closer going here. I appreciate you. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics, touching lives one fish at a time. See you next time. Bye-bye.